Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, well. So today we're talking about something that we don't necessarily talk about nearly enough. And I totally own that. Sometimes I wake up and I'm like, man, what's going to be my spiritual message today? And how can we talk about self-actualization in another way that's equally awesome and inspiring for you? Well, today we're going to talk about that, but we're going to kind of come at it from a different angle. We're going to begin with food. And yes, in my medical background, I'm a big fan of teaching people about the power of nutrition and the right kind of food. And many of you have been asking me lately going, James, what do you eat? And can you share some of the research out there that's really built on what's happening today when our emotions are so raw, when it's so easy to go dark, when we find our willingness to judge ourselves maybe never higher and more ready to seize the moment when we haven't measured up to what we think we should be measuring up to. So I'm going to share with you one of the most powerful studies that has been done on not only cognition, so helping keep your brain strong, helping with your memory, help you to, hopefully live 70, 80, 90, 100 years and still have an amazing full mind of great memories, but also great curiosity and a great energy to share and bring into the world each and every day that you're here. But also, what can we be doing that will actually help us to augment the neurochemistry of positivity and optimism? Help us when things do go sideways, when things do go in a challenged way, when things start to go dark. What do we eat in helping us to kind of help us come back to life again, come back to light again? What we know from research, from different studies around the planet, is that the Mediterranean diet, rich in healthy fats, nuts, seeds, legumes, whole grains, very, very limited in terms of animal-based proteins, is the way that an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, but also an anti-inflammatory brain and mind, love to live. When we choose these kinds of foods, literally we're giving our brain the fuel it needs to build neurochemistry. The neurochemistry associated with the neurochemicals that help us to see ourselves as possible, help us to be more resilient, actually help us. This is a beautiful one. When something happens and you're going to yourself, oh my gosh, I'm ready to react towards myself with judgment or towards somebody else with judgment, this gives us a moment. I love to say it helps us to kind of step into the gap where we kind of witness ourselves and go, okay, I could react this way, which is not a way I'm going to be proud of or happy with or peaceful with, or I can react by going, what needs to be said, if anything? What needs to be done, if anything? How can I be more for everyone? That's the gap. And what we know through the anti-inflammatory eating types lifestyle, it literally shows that it gives us different properties within our brain, within our mind, within our physiology and neurochemistry that give us a moment to remember who we want to be, give us a moment to catch back up with our truth. So we are reacting from love. There's a tendency to come from kindness. That's neurochemical. And I think it really helps us to connect with the truth of who we really are. Each and every day we wake up and we ask ourselves, do we eat alone or do we always eat with the world community? Yes, always we eat with others. When we put food in our body, it's how we are going to go out and express ourselves to the world. Food is wonderfully dogmatic. It teaches our brain how to do what it wants to do. And our brain wants to be brilliant. Our brain wants to be creative. Our brain wants to be compassionate and accepting. But when we have our guard up and when the environment around us is stressed, we can find ourselves falling into susceptibility to reaching for things that are more inflammatory. Studies show that when we are stressed, we reach for sugar. When we have anxiety, sugar is the thing that we crave. But if we can get a foothold each and every morning with healthy fats, whole grains, beautifully lean proteins, we get an opportunity to set the stage neurochemically to be a force for positivity, to be a light that shines with a level of love that it can't help but shine its way into everything and everyone. Because the beautiful thing about food is, yes, it is nutrition, but yes, it's also a metaphor. How we put food into our system is how we fuel the way that our body, our mind, and our spirit will move. Does it move in the spirit of grace, which is a tendency towards kindness and love? Yes. Yes, it can. So consider how it is that you never ever eat alone. And consider how it is that when you set the table, set your intention. Set your mind and your heart and your soul in the direction of possibility. And let your diet be that of a possibilitarian, being the light and the love that you already have inside of you, fueling it so it can come through you. So with that, have an awesome day, keeping your light on. Have a beautiful day, loving yourself out loud. Remember that your self-care and your self-love is one of the most beautiful and powerful and inspiring forms of social activism. So demonstrate. Be the love that you are. Peace and blessings. Bye for now.